Hi guys, I am going to try to explain the distance formula using my phone. So what I've done is here is the original page out of your book, and I have copied parts of that over here onto another piece of paper. So I've got the graph, and I'm going to label, and I've got the triangle with points A, B, and C. I'm going to put in our x1 and y1. All that does is say that this is where, this is where x and y goes for my first coordinate. Over here, I'm going to say that this is my x and y for my second coordinate. Okay? So the reason we would be using the distance formula to find the distance of this line and not the others is because for this line here, we can just count. We can say we go from A to C is 1, 2, 3 boxes. From C to B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. But from A to B, we're actually cutting through boxes, so we can't just count how many boxes there are. So in order to do this, we would use the distance formula. Sorry about the shadow puppets over here with my fingers. And I'm going to write that down. So the distance formula says the distance we're looking for equals the square root of our first x-coordinate minus our second x-coordinate, and we square that, plus the difference of our first y-coordinate minus our second y-coordinate, and then we square that. Okay? So we can see that our coordinates, here we have x1, here we have x1, x2, x2, y1, y1, y2, y2. So once we find out what those coordinates are, we can just plug them in to our equation. Okay, so for A, we want to know what A is, so we go over 1. So my x-coordinate is 1, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my coordinates for A are 1, 4. Okay, for B, I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my x is 6. And I go up 1, so my y coordinate is 1. Okay? Down here, I can just take those numbers and plug them in. So let's see. x1 is 1 minus y2, which is 6. And I square that. Plus y1 is 4 minus y2 is 1, and then I'll square that. So the only difference between this one and this one is I've plugged in my number values. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to just do the math because I have all of my number values plugged in, so I'm just going to figure out what these number values tell me. So 1 minus 6 is -5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. And I start a new line with each new calculation just to keep my work neat and orderly. -5 squared is 25, because whether we square a positive or a negative, -5 times -5 is positive 25, and 5 times 5 is also positive 25. So these will always be positive numbers. 3 squared is 9. So my distance equals the square root of 34, because 25 plus 9 is 34. Now I'm not going to reduce that because the only thing I can reduce it to is the square root of 2 times the square root of 17, which doesn't reduce anymore. So that's just two prime numbers. I can't reduce that anymore. So the distance of this line AB is the square root of 34. Okay? Let's try, well, I think we'll just stop there.